Hold on, everyone. Give me just. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play called Ocean Avenue, which, by the way, the music sounds fantastic. I'm already liking the music. Can everyone hear okay, though? Is the music too low or too high? Turn the music up just a little bit. It's always hard to differentiate if it's too loud or too low for the audience. We'll turn up just a little bit. I actually kind of like the music. Something simple, but it gives me that gnarly beach vibe. But anyway, so today I'm going to be playing something called Ocean Avenue. This is a big one. Well, I'd like to think they're my friend. I don't know, but anyway, a good friend of mine. Name is Dirk the Red Panda. This is from Dirk the Red Panda. And this is actually something that's been on my list for a while. This has been out for, what, like a month now, almost? The first draft's been out for like a month. This is an interesting one because it's another sports VN. And the only sports VN I've really played before has been extracurricular activities, which was tennis. Then I played a little bit of tennis ace, which was tennis. And this one's actually volleyball, so it's something different. So I'm already excited to play something different. But this is from a good buddy, Dirk the Red Panda. I would highly recommend downloading the demo for the first version. I mean, it's free. There's no harm in supporting a, independent creator. But with that being said, we're gonna get started. So start. I haven't played like any of this. I did watch a good friend of mine called Blad Lewid play. But besides that, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I only watched him play a little bit. Oh wow, that is a really, oh my goodness, that's a good high res. Oh, you can tell, I get the feeling the creator took actual pictures of their house or some home, because this is like a legit picture. It doesn't even look like it's edited. Usually most of these VNs you see, like when they use like real life backgrounds, they edit it, but this looks like just a normal high res picture. But yeah, so we're gonna be playing Ocean Avenue. I don't know too much about this VN, which is fine. Hopefully I don't butcher the voices. I don't know too much about this VN though, so we're gonna both be in the same boat. You, me, the aliens next door, the alien gods hovering overhead. We're all in the same boat. We don't know nothing. I don't know anything. I mean, that's not really a surprise, but I really don't know anything this time. So we're good to go. Was Marcus here already? I thought he was coming in half an hour. I should get my backpack though. As I reached for the dark green bag propped into the kitchen table, I glanced at my phone, which was directly above on the edge. Wait. Oh, we've got a raccoon. Alright, I'm interested. Oh, and I like the background. Okay, so we've got actual moving portraits. I like that. Turns out it was my email notification. I don't know why they made the default tone sound like that. The message came from NBL Pro Tour Jobs. My heart began to race. I've been waiting for them to get back to me for 2 weeks now. Why haven't they emailed me until now? They told me to give them a week. Hold on, we've got to do a pompous business voice. Dear Evan, we appreciate your interest in joining the National Beach League Volleyball Tour crew. We had numerous applicants apply and were thoroughly amazed with what everyone brought to the table. We were impressed by your list of accomplishments and qualifications. However, we will not be moving forward with your application for the upcoming spring season. There were many tough cuts made while selecting our candidates. We hope to hear from you again for future seasons and wish you luck with your career journey. The rest of the email contained the interviewer's contact and other company info. The email was threaded to 2 prior emails, which had my original application and interview respectively. Looks like this summer was a perfect record for internships. I closed the email along with the app's window. Nothing like getting a motivational speech before you play. The biggest kicker is that I'm going to the beach today to play. Yeah, motivational. I had my eyes set on that job for the past 2 years. It wasn't until I was qualified enough that I applied for it. I spent that time coaching youth teams and running my own events. I was sure the latter one would have been sold. I guess not. Oof. I slid my phone into my right pocket and proceeded to doze off. Oh, that was a good knocking sound. I really thought for a minute somebody was knocking at the door. That's okay. That was really good. I know these are probably stock sounds, but you know, still I can admit when I think they sound good. Also, kind of interested. This VN kind of starts you right off. Like there's no intro or anything. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Let people understand that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just a little surprised. I was woken up by someone knocking. My heart skipped a beat. I got out of my chair and promptly headed to the door. It's a good thing I had nothing else to do earlier. The perks of fun employment. These are definitely pictures of somebody's house, because there's no way you have this good quality. No, somebody. These are real life pictures. These are really good, really good. Furry Labito. I can't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I can't speak Spanish. I'm not sure what you said, and I feel bad, but I can't speak Spanish. Or is it something else? Or am I using the wrong language? I don't know. But anyway, I can only speak English, so I apologize. I'm not sure what you said, though. I opened the door to be greeted by a German Shepherd 6 inches taller than me. Since I was the only one home at this time, I had to lock up the house before leaving. After I finished, we started to chat. Wow, he's a big... Okay, he's kind of a big guy. Wow, he's big. How have you been, Marcus? I haven't seen you in a month. I'm doing all right. I wish I didn't have to take that summer course. I feel bad for you, man. I've been there before. What's it for? General Ed. My spring professor was awful. Did you have to... Yeah, history teachers are intense at Santa Vicente. I think it's Vicente. He held up his key fob and unlocked his car. We got seated and closed the doors before resuming. I'm still jealous that you've been at uni all these years. I'm not sure how much longer I can stay and live with my family. Yeah, I can relate to you. We went to high school together and then went our own ways once we graduated. I spent the next 2 years at community college while Marcus attended university since freshman year. However, we'll be back together since I'm transferring to San Vicente this year, and unlike his family, I couldn't afford 4 years of university. I'm still grateful that my parents are helping me pay for college, though. Lord knows where I'd be otherwise. Marcus started up the car and exited the driveway, heading towards the main thoroughfare of our hometown. He finally chimed in. These are real pictures. These are real pictures. Oh, Furry, you don't understand me. I'm sorry to hear that. I only speak English. How did you even find my channel? Yeah, I only know English. I know very, very tiny bit of Spanish. Like, very, very, very little. So, sorry about that. Did you ever did you ever hear back from the NBL? I winced as he brought up the fresh wound. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, man. Thanks. I guess this wasn't my year. It means I'll have more time to get familiar with San Vicente. Marcus nodded as he looked back at the road. I was still staring at Marcus for an extra second. I couldn't get that nagging voice out of my head. You need to get an internship now, Evan. They won't hand you a job on a golden platter once you graduate. Thanks, Dad. Love you too. Rays of light beamed through the windshield as we traversed the sizzling freeway. Not only was the ground suffering a heat stroke, but so was I. I've never been fond of the scorching sun, but I had my reasons to suffer through it. God, it's so hot out. I mean, look at you. I'd be dying if I had all that fur. I commented as my eyes drifted towards the temperature gauge. 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Disgusting. Disgusting! I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it. You know how to do it. My attention was diverted at the sound of the asphalt rumbled under the car. Remind me why we're going today? I remarked as I got out my flask. The leather seats were roasting my legs. It was the only day I could invite enough guys without all the courts being taken. Most of the time, the frat houses invade them with their beer-dye tables. Fun. I hate it when they leave their solo cups on the courts. Well, that's what you get when you put a university next to a beach. Some of their houses were right alongside the shore, so it wasn't that uncommon to see frats and sororities out there all day. And night. Must be a nice lifestyle. I could only get 2 of the guys to come. Sorry about that. But you'll meet the rest of them eventually. You don't have to apologize for them. I get it. It doesn't help that it's Labor Day weekend. They're either going physically or mentally. I could see why. But it shocked me that Vic could still come in today. Vic? You'll meet him today. Sounds like he's fun at parties. At least I'll have another connection. Being a transfer, I'm going to need all the connections I can get here. Knowing Marcus is a good start, although that was a given for me. The next few minutes dragged on as the outside ambience took over. It wasn't until halfway through our 75-minute drive that we broke the silence again. So, what positions do these guys play for indoor? They're both middles. Great. You've got a problem with middles. Not with part-timers. You know you don't count. I was probably the only one that could pass on our high school team. I remember when you shocked the coach at tryouts. He can pass too. I put on a gruff voice as I extended my forearms outward, shaking them back and forth as I pointed towards Marcus. He replied with a huskier voice, more accurate to how our coach sounded. I haven't seen a tall guy pass that well since Telecaster. Sign him up for the beach. The two of us chuckled as we reminisced about junior year. If only the coach knew that we played volleyball together since freshman year. Dude, I was so hyped for indoor that season. Remember all the high fives we came up with when we subbed in for each other? You mean like the scissor fist bump? The scissor bump? I started to mimic the move, intersecting my elbows and twisting my upper body sideways. We looked so graceful out there. Marcus continued laughing as he rolled his eyes and started to smile. Your dad was so pissed off when we did that. I will not have my son looking like a ballerina out there. He's already playing a girl's sport. Oof. Oof. Oof, that's rough. Oh, hello. I just noticed Dirk's here. Hello, Dirk. Sorry. Oh, I'm surprised he showed up. I didn't think he would show up. I thought you'd be a little busy. Which was fine. There's a reason that YouTube records these videos and keeps them published. For people that are far too busy for simple YouTubers. That's why. But anyway, I'm happy to see. Now I gotta try to make a good impression. Alright, so everyone, fun time's over. We have to get really serious now because Dirk's here. So we have to pretend to make a good impression. We have to pretend that we're not a bunch of degenerates. So act proper, everyone, please. I taught you well. Oh, alright. Well, hopefully the recording went well. The grin he had worked up was suddenly wiped off his face, his lips now pursed, angled down slightly. Crap, my bad. Don't worry about it, man. It was pretty funny. Yeah. It sucked that it was one of the only times we were both starters. There were a couple of reasons for that. Was that the same year we made the varsity beach team? Yeah, I remember going to half of their matches with you. All we ever did was mess around with the starters from the sideline. Didn't they try pairing you up with our other middle? It was pretty common to see indoor programs attempt to make their tall guys into beach volleyball players, usually with little success. Marcus was still recalling it. And didn't you have to take most of the court for serve receive? Yep, God, that was such a pain. He rolled his eyes, smirking a little. If you weren't driving right now, I'm sure you would love to reenact it. You're probably going to need to today. They're not that bad. Unlike high school, they actually teach everyone how to pass. Since there are no positions for beach volleyball, it was kind of a struggle teaching the indoor players to do everything on the sand, passing being the biggest culprit. Marcus diverted my attention once we got off the exit. He gestured at the ocean, which was now bordering the road we were on. You never took me down to Ocean Beach this way before. Didn't you take this road to get to orientation? Well, yeah, but that was because there was construction that day. I didn't know you could drive straight to Ocean Beach from here. Yeah, you'll get used to it. I better. I implied as I brushed it off with a chuckle. Before you know it, you'll have this route memorized like the back of your hand. It only took me 3 months to memorize it by heart. Now is it like going on autopilot? Yeah. Isn't it crazy we'll be going to the same university in a couple of weeks? I turned to the left, eyeing the view of the distant campus. Sure is a beauty. Oh, we even got little pictures. Okay. Even got little pictures of stuff. University of San Vicente. Physical science building. Physical science building. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad that you enjoyed yourself, Dirk. I caught a few of the videos from the server. A few of the videos that Shin, I think his name is posted. Actually, I haven't. In all seriousness, I haven't been able to really keep up with a lot of people's videos. I've just been so busy doing my own videos. I've been trying to keep up though. Like I've caught a few of well, Decker. I've caught a little bit of Decker's videos. Oki hasn't been posting videos really, so I haven't really caught any of his. And besides that, I've been focusing more. I've been looking at stuff more on Twitch, so there's that. I've really been watching that mini Furry VN videos from other people, not because I don't want to, just because I've been trying to do my own thing, and it's like I don't have enough time in the day. There's not enough time. Plus, I've been getting ready to start a new job. I started a new job in like a week, so I'm gonna get ready for that. Yes, there we go. Shin. It's FVN Shin. I should remember that. It took us about 10 minutes to finally reach the campus, and site were 2 of the physical science buildings, along with some sort of study hall connecting them. To think that I would go from a class of 700 to 7,000. How would I be able to navigate this place? Fortunately, I had the GPS himself sitting next to me. Those buildings are... Those buildings are for the engineering courses. If only my art courses were close to the beach. You're still doing art in college? I mean, that's great, man. I just thought... I'm still doing it. Not sure how much longer, though. Don't worry, Dad hasn't taken much notice of it. If I had anything to complain about, it would be the fact that it's on the other side of campus, facing the mountains. Any reason why the art buildings are on the mountainside? Marcus pondered the question, giving it some thought before giving an answer in a matter-of-fact fashion. Supposedly, it helps the artists get in the zone. In general, it's much quieter than the ocean side. Huh? Well, that does make sense considering the ocean attracts students like moths. Yeah, right. More people just gravitate towards the beach. Plus, I've heard the art department got the short end of the stick when they were being built. That sucks. Not like I have a problem with it. They have trails there that can hike after class. That's cool, man. I'm probably one of the only art students who uses it, though. Not everybody grew up in an outdoorsy family like you. Whatever you say, Ted Master. Uh-oh. Alright. No more lion voices. Yours, Dirk, and Lilius can never spell his name correctly. Are the only people I can keep up with right now. Yeah, I can. Oh, what is this music? This is. I don't. Ignoring the music. I blushed and covered my face as Marcus brought up that memory. How was I supposed to know where the extra pole went? I nearly suffocated when it collapsed. No, you didn't. You weren't inside the beast. All I had to do was unzip the entrance. It took you 10 minutes. Seconds. I couldn't breathe through it. We continued to patter about my near-death experience the rest of the way. By the time we parked, I was already exhausted. I'm sorry, this music's still here. As Marcus shifted the car and parked, I grabbed the backpack between my legs, placing it on my lap. He then got out of the car to retrieve his backpack and mesh bag, filled with balls. Since we got a spot close to the sand, it only took us a minute to find an open court. Dirk, how dare you make a dirty joke? How dare you make a dirty joke in your VN that I'm currently recording? How dare you do that to me? I have to live with this, words being spoken. You better not mention this to the guys. Your silence speaks volumes. Silence can't talk. Oh my god, you know what I meant. Okay, that was abrupt. Alright then. Perhaps just the volume, perhaps just have the transition slightly lower the volume. That was very sudden stop. It's like we started to unpack our stuff, and a couple minutes passed by before anyone showed up. The first guy to show up was a lanky lion, a couple of inches taller than Marcus. He approached us, walking at a somewhat slow stride. He looked down most of the way, not breaking contact with the ground until he got within a foot of the court. After giving it some thought, the lion opened its mouth. Why is everyone so damn tall in this VN? Are you trying to insinuate something, Dirk? Because everyone here is freaking tall, and I am not that tall of a person. I am average height, thank you very much. But these people are tall. Very, very tall. Whoa, these are some tall people. Alright, what voice am I going to give him? I'm thinking. Yeah, what voice should I give him? Hello, what's your name? The phrase came out staggered as soon as he finished the sentence. His eyes wavered towards the ocean. My name is Evan. Evan Lee? No, that's my sister. No, Evan. Oh, nice to meet you, Evan. I must be compensated. I must be No, can I just notice? I was like, these guys are kind of tall. Like, what am I? I'm 5'10"? Yeah, true. Beastmen would probably be taller than the average human. But, I mean, also, tendo human. I love the fact that you use human and not human. I was like, I could see that the beach vibes are already getting to you. We're gonna start speaking Californian. Nice to meet you too. I forgot to say I'm Kenneth, but everyone calls me Kenny. The lion scratched the back of his neck, visibly regretting his blunder. Once again, his focus wavered off. This time towards the net. Okay, pleasure to meet you, Kenny. No. That was a good transition, but I don't know why it just made me laugh. Like he's just like, I'm just gonna skedaddle over here. That was funny. I like that one. I like that. He was still distracted even after delivering my retort. Kenny moved on from me, walking towards the pole our bags were at. As he got there, he put his backpack down and started looking at his phone. After Kenny acknowledged Marcus and continued checking his phone, Marcus walked to me, moving us a few feet away from Kenny. Don't worry about it. Sometimes he has a hard time picking up things. Oh, that's not a problem. Is he any different when he plays? A little bit. Our conversation dropped for a minute until I came back with another question. how did you guys meet? We both played on the we both play on the beach and indoor club teams. Wait, you guys have a beach club team? Yeah. Really? My community college didn't have a beach team. Yeah, Kenny's a year behind us, but when he joined last year, we became well acquainted. He's pretty chill once you get to know him. He just takes a while to open up. That's a relief. I thought I gave off bad vibes or something. I looked back towards Kenny. Still on his phone, but now he was starting to swipe at it, apparently playing something. Marcus cued me to walk back with him so we could visit with Kenny. Dirk, that's an offensive stereotype. That's like saying you can't play basketball if you're short. Look at all the look at all the short basketball players. I've just been told by my sponsor that I should probably keep my mouth shut and keep playing the VN. I do apologize for the interference. Thanks, Jim. I got it. I looked back towards Kenny. Oh, wait, I already read that. Once we started heading back, Kenny swiftly put his phone away, acknowledging us with a subtle grin. How have you been, Kenny? It's been like 3 months since we last hung out. It really has. I was working on a piece for school. I couldn't get it off my mind. That's cool. After the slight lull, Marcus brought us back into conversation. Maybe starting up this early will help us beat Los Ojos this year. That would be nice. You were a great matchup against the middle, but their damn right sides drove me nuts. I thought you did a good job with them. I guess. Marcus trailed off, shrugging off the compliment. But when I rotated to the back row, it was hell defending against them. Didn't help that our other outsides were half a foot shorter than you, like your friend. Kenny nonchalantly pointed at me with his palm up. Was he calling me short? Short people can block too. Just because I lack height doesn't mean I can't compete with you. I sighed. Don't think about it, Evan. There's more to you than your length. Oh, Evan, I forgot to tell you, I'm back to playing outside now. For the most part. Marcus rolled his eyes benevolently. I would have expected Kenny's expression to lighten up after that, but it reverted back into a plain stare. That's nice. I knew you hated playing middle. I do like seeing a raccoon being a main character, though. It's kind of nice to see. You don't really see much raccoons. I'm used to seeing dogs and lions, but you don't really see many raccoons as characters. So I am excited already. If I hadn't played club during high school, I would have gone insane. Well, our high school had tons of players. None of them were really tall, so usually Marcus was forced to play middle. If he hadn't played outside on his youth club team, I don't know if he would still be playing. You're really taking me back on the old nostalgic train. Did you also play club back in high school, Kenny? He looks familiar, but then again, I encountered a million faces at those club tournaments. It's pretty hard to point someone out unless they were a star. Not really. I didn't start playing volleyball until I was 17. My dad thought I was too big not to be playing a sport. The three of us gave a brief chuckle. I only played for my high school team. Oh. I guess he wasn't that notable. Usually guys that tall were idols in the volleyball scene. Kenny looked back down at his phone. I thought we had to be here by 4. He held up his phone, giving us a quizzical expression. It's 4:19. Who's supposed to be the 4th person? Vic. Okay, that makes sense. Whoever this Vic person was, he was living up to some sort of expectation. Sounds very reliable to me. You bet I am. Uh-oh. Why do I... Listen, no, hold up. I don't know why. When I see the word wait, it gives me a vibe of something tall and intimidating. If this person is bigger than... hold on, everyone. Hold on, everyone. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm back. But as I was saying, Tom and Jerry. Animani. Now, Animaniacs I could see. Alright, but as I was saying, when I just the fact that there's a word using weight. If this person is bigger than Kenny, I am going to leave. If this is an even bigger, taller person, I'm calling it out now. Dirk has a tall fetish. Let's see. I'm about to find out. Alright. Once I finished landing, I crawled on my back to see a massive hyena looking down at me. I'm done! I quit! I quit! I freaking quit! How did I know? How did I know? I was like, this hyena's gonna be even taller than freaking Kenny, and I'm done. Dirk, you have a problem. You need help. You need help. Jesus. Sorry. Jesus Christ. He's so huge. Are you Vic? Are you on the beach patrol? No. It's a pleasure. Oh, I'm trying to think of a voice for him. It's a pleasure to meet you. The hand enveloped my hand with his as he gave the firm handshake businessmen aspire for. I felt like a miniature doll in comparison. My full name is Victor, but you can call me Victor, or Victorious. Stinky. No, shut up, Ken. Wait, what? So freaking tall. Like, every guy is just like bigger and bigger. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my goodness. Kenny looked away. His expression seemed mixed between abashed and amused. Vic gave a quick inhale. Just call me Vic. That's what I normally go by. All the commotion diverted my attention away from the fifth person, standing alongside Vic, dragging a cooler with wheels. There appeared to be a white vixen about my height, wearing a t-shirt and short shorts. A woman? Oh, what? Say it isn't so! Say it isn't so! Is there a woman in my VN? Well, not mine, Dirk's. Say it isn't so! I am shocked, speechless. Well, not speechless, but you get the point. Oh my goodness. There's an actual woman character. I'm joking. I'm joking. Y'all know I played Familiar Travels. That had girls in it too. Is this why you asked me if I was on the beach patrol? I pointed my hand and turned my head to the cooler that the vixen was pulling. Vic slightly lowered his voice but raised his pitch. Maybe? He grinned as he looked at it, then back to me. Marcus looked a little displeased, sighing as he spoke. Again, Victor. Don't act like you don't take from the pot. Vic raised his eyebrow, raising his upper lip. Are you gonna introduce me to your friend, Vic? The attention shifted toward the vixen, who finally broke their silence. Wow, I'm not even important enough to introduce. Next character to be a giraffe. No, stop. Nivik, don't give Dirk ideas. Stop it. No, you stop it. I will leave. If I see a giraffe as another main character, I'm going to leave. They got up on their tippy toes. Wait, their feet were already digigrade and leaped, attempting to whack Vic on the back of the head. Well, they got his neck. It was an attempt. Ow, Selma, what was that for? Now you took away the chance to introduce myself. Unbelievable. Selma sighed. They were about to elbow Vic in the side before thwarting their attempt mid-motion. Thankfully, the two self-diffused the situation, disputing any possible tension. You spaz. Psh, you oaf. I'm sorry, Evan. She's a handful. Selma grinned as Vic placed an arm over her. He got in the last laugh as he gave her arm a tiny flick. Selma rolled her eyes before redirecting her attention back to us. I ignored the obvious, how did you guys meet question, saving it for another time. I didn't want to make it awkward in case things were complicated. Marcus redirected the conversation back to volleyball. We should probably start soon. I'm sure the Greek houses are going to kick us off within the next hour and a half. Once again, Kenny glanced at his phone and revealed the time to us, 4:30. Feel free to hop in, Selma. I bet Vic will thank you later. Oh, please. Selma and I are intercollegiate athletes. I probably butchered that word so bad, and I apologize if I did. He daintily placed his hand on his chest, pretending to act pompous. The two laughed off the remark as Marcus mouthed to Selma, blink twice if he needs help. He was more than happy to accept the request. The five of us walked into the court. So how are we going to do this? We could rotate around, so each of us sits out once. We don't have to play full games. Are you guys cool with single games to 21? Everyone nodded and huffed in agreement. Alright, so who wants to play with who? I gave everyone a second before jumping to my first choice. I glanced at the hyena. So tall and massive. He's a short boy's dream. I'm going to enjoy teasing Vic, because this is funny. Hey, Vic, can I be your partner? Sorry, Evan, but I'm taken. Of course you are. We returned to confusion, not sure how to do this. I mean, I could play with Marcus, but that might just be unfair. We probably have years of partnership experience over these guys, so I'll save them for last. Instead, I chose to play with someone new. Oh, we finally have a choice. Selma or Kenny? I'm going to let the audience choose. Who should I choose, everyone? We've got Selma, who is the girl vixen, and we've got Kenny, who is the lion. Or, I'm going to let the audience choose, because I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm brand new to this, so whatever happens is all in the audience. So tell me. I will give like a minute to vote. While I sip my iced coffee. So far, I'm liking what I've seen, though. So far, everything seems good with the VN. It's not too Kenny. Okay. All right, we got one vote for Kenny, 2 votes for Kenny, 1 vote for Selma. Okay. 2 votes for Kenny and 1 for Selma. So far, I like what I see. Like I said, I'll save my thoughts for the end, because that's what I try to do usually. But so far, I'm interested. So far, I'm liking what I'm playing. Alright, doing like another 30 seconds, and then I'll go. Oh, 3 for Kenny. We've got 3 for Kenny and 1 for Selma. Of course, you guys are going to leave the girl out. I'm joking. Alright. Another 20 seconds. Kenny, but both are good in my opinion. I know, Dirk. It's not like you, Dirk. It's not like you know. It's not like your view is skewed at all. It couldn't possibly be that your view is skewed at all. It's not like you didn't make the VN. I'm teasing. If there's anything I've learned from writing, no matter how hard you try to make all your characters for anything equally interesting, you're always gonna have your own characters you make that you feel a connection to. For me, working on my VN, at first it was Freddy, which is the flirty guy character in my story. But now as I wrote more and more. Oh, option 3. Oh, okay. I'm glad you told us that, Dirk, because we would have did 3. Well, I told people to vote now. I would have chose that at the beginning then if I would have known that. But nah. All right, 5th. Like another 10 seconds. I got 4 votes for Kenny and 1 for Selma. But Yeah, like I think that's one big thing. No matter how much you try to write your characters equally, you're always gonna have ones that you relate to more or you're attracting to more. Um, like I said for me, like right in my story, I already have a character that I'm leaning towards the most, which is funny because it started off as being one character, and then as I kept writing and writing, I ended up liking another character more. I went from liking the flirty character to liking the gruff and much older romantic interest. So it's like Dirk's like, oh yeah, like I was like, I don't have my favorite. Dirk's like, I don't have my favorites. I'm just, I'm just trying to go with the flow, so to speak. Sure, I'm sure you don't in any way have your own favorite that you like. I can't tell at all with all these tall boys. I mean, I wonder what Dirk's attracted to. All right, Kenny. Looks like Kenny's the winner. Kenny had 4 votes, and at least somebody voted for Salma. All right, we're gonna Kenny. Sorry. If you're gonna offend Dirk, I'm apologize. I'm just messing with you. I'm not serious. Trust me, I'm not serious at all. I might as well make it fair. I might as well make it fair height wise. Can't have a game of tall versus short. That wouldn't be fair. You're kind of right. It would be a quick one, that's for sure. Short rallies with nothing but aces from the short guy and kills from the tall guy. I'm sure I could have kept up with you too. Kenny squinted at me. Oh wait, I should probably save. You know what? Hold on, I should probably have actually saved. That might be a good idea. Okay. Okay, what Kenny, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. I just thought about it, I didn't even save. Man, this guy needs to have more faith in the short people. Maybe. Kinda. Whatever. No use thinking about it now. Yeah, you can count on me. I'll be by your side. You can count on me. Huh? Nothing. He sheepishly smiled back at me. If y'all don't mind, Wait! No! Stop it! I didn't hit what? Stop! What just happened? I just missed. Hold on. I just missed some stuff. If y'all don't mind, I'll sit out for this game. I have to finish my our lab report. Shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. And yet, you spent 4 hours on it last night instead of visiting me. And I got just as much pleasure from it. I think we should start before things get out of hand. Oh, were they a couple? I don't think that's a spoiler. Dirk, are they a couple? I didn't think they were. I thought they were just friends. Is Vic and if it's complicated, you can just tell me it's complicated and leave it at that. Is Vic and Selma a couple? Oh God, what happened to her? What do you mean? What happened? So y'all ready to start? Yeah, ready. Yeah, ready when you are. Sure. Where did Vic go? Let's get it! Vic charged towards Marcus, throwing down a double-handed high five to him as he proceeded to lap his half of the court. The way Marcus reacted made me unsure if he nearly snapped his bones. At least he took it like a champ. It's complicated. Okay, Dirk, thank you. That's all you have to say. Like if it's I was gonna say if they're like not exactly a couple but are, then you can just say it's complicated and I'll get the message. I get the message already. Also, I did want to ask, since Dirk is already here, is this a romance VN or is this just a kind of slice of life? Because right now, being honest, I'm more getting right now with this, I'm getting a slice of life vibe, which I do like. It's okay. Hey, look, it's perfectly fine. You can draw better than I can. That's why I was gonna say at the end, I'm not even gonna comment on the art. Is the art the best I've seen? No, obviously not. But it's not terrible. It gets them, as long as it can get the message across, then it's fine by me. As long as you're not like an artist that's like, oh yeah, my art's like the best in the entire world, which I've seen people do like that, and your art was like this, then that's when I might give some slight nods towards relaxing your view a little bit. Because I don't really like to say people do bad art or do bad writing, because I feel like that disengages people. But when you're cocky about it, that's when I'll come up with something. Very slice of life, but romance. Okay. I already was, like, getting a very strong... I was already getting, like, a really strong slice of life vibe from this VN. More so... I would say even more so than... well, definitely more so to extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities is not a bad VN, but you could tell very early it's meant to be romance. With some slice tennis vibes to it. I was gonna say Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, does an amazing job being slice of life and romance. Okay, it's a very slice of life. I had a feeling it was, so I'm glad that I'm glad that what I was getting at was coming properly. After lapping the court, Vic walked back to the center of his side. Okay, I'm ready. You guys want serve? Nah, you guys can have it. You should see Kenny serve. It whizzes like a bullet. Looks like I made the right choice then. I assume you want to serve first, then? Sure. I grabbed one of the balls laying by the mesh bag and tossed it to Kenny. He gave the ball a spin in his hand and stopped it with a slap. Looks like he had a routine with it, too. I got into position ready for the game to start. I signaled to the other side with a thumbs up. You guys ready? They both came with an affirmative nod, followed with a yep. Time to get things rolling. Oh, I was gonna say, Evie, you said something that I feel like the Vic in my group. I was gonna be like, are you really tall? Are you, like, easily over 6 foot? Because Vic has to be, like, 7 foot. I'm gonna say 7 foot, maybe a little more. Maybe, like, 7'2". Also, my alarm is going off. Shut up, alarm! No way! Right. Ooh, we got some CG. Definitely gonna save that. Save! Kenny gave the ball another slap. He took a running start, hurling himself forward with 2 brisk steps, followed by tossing the ball and a leap in the air. Wow, that sounded like a slap. I'm going to start down slightly because it's a little louder than the other music, just so you can hear me. With a crack of the wind, Kenny sent the ball veering to the middle of the court between the 2 defenders. Marcus took a stab at the serve, taking the seam between him and Vic. He made contact, but sent it to his right, putting it out of reach of his teammate. My bad, Vic. That serve takes getting used to. I turned back to Kenny, who was in the middle of an underhand fist pump. I walked towards him and gave him a high five. Nice serve, man. I reached my arm out only to get my forearm slapped in return. Oh well, high fives are a tricky art to master. After I got back to my initial spot, Marcus retrieved the ball and rolled it through my legs towards Kenny. Before he picked it up, Kenny bent down and rubbed his hands together by his hips. Volleyball players and their routines. Same here, volleyball. I thought you were tall, Dirk. I thought Dirk was long, tall, and handsome. Also, I did want to ask you, Dirk. So you've played volleyball? 8'7". Gee, I don't know. That's really 8'7". You think 8? I don't know if I'd go that far. I was like, I think he's probably a bit over 7 foot. I don't know if I'd call 9. I mean, that's like 9 feet. That's inhuman. I don't care what kind of world we live in. 9 feet is. Oh wow, get out of here! I'm even taller than Dirk. I'm like 5'10", closer to 5'11", kind of close to 5'11". I always liked volleyball. I was always more of a volleyball badminton. I just never played it like seriously. But I always enjoyed badminton. I never could get into tennis. I played a lot of football. Never really liked it. And basketball was definitely not for me. I could not play basketball. You'll find out. Oh no, Dirk. I can see Dirk just. I can see when Dirk was just doing research. Dirk is just like, just like looking up random art. How big should I make my hyena? And he's like bigger. Just like one of those artists is like drawing it, and he's like 6 foot. No, bigger. 7 foot. Bigger. He's like almost 8 foot. Jeez Louise, like Dirk. Like I think he's big enough. Calm yourself, please. You're gonna call it the end of the world. Without another word, Kenny started up his service routine again. One spin, 2 slaps, and a 2-step running start before the toss. Okay, now it's too low. There we go. I think it's good. This time, Marcus was more fortunate returning the ball. He passed the ball directly in front of himself towards the net. Vic ran to the target and set Marcus. Kenny was now by the net, lining himself up with the two. Of course, I was resolved to permanent passing duty. Kenny aligned his left arm with Marcus' hitting arm. Since Marcus was on my left, I dashed cross court and took away his line, ready to take the attack head on. Damn it was a roll shot. The ball sailed over Kenny's hands and onto the short right side of the court. I remained in place, knowing I had no chance of saving that one. Nice shot, Marcus. Thanks. Vic gave Marcus a stern look. How could you do me dirty like that? That set was butter! Vic scrunched his shoulders, shrugging outwardly. Marcus huffed lightheartedly. Wait a minute, I forgot to pick a side. Even if I dunked that ball, we would have been clueless afterwards. I should ask now, at least. Hey, Kenny, what side do you want me to play? Can I just say I love Kenny's, I just love Kenny's background. Is that supposed to be Adams? Because at first I thought it was like that sparkling bedazzle, when a supermodel or something comes out and you have like the sparkles in the background. But looking closer at it, I'm seeing Adams. Is this supposed to be Adams? How high am I again? I don't know. I'm very high. I'm so high right now. I don't know. Do you mean how tall I am, Has? Because if you're talking about how high I am, that's not a question you should ask in a public area. Jeez. But if you're asking how tall I am... Oh no, I got rid of the background. Why did you get rid of the backgrounds? I like them. Aw. Okay, that's fine. It's your VN. I kind of like the backgrounds. They're kind of cool. Well, that's fine. Normally, I think it varies, but I think for this VN it works fine. Some VNs you might have to be careful with because you don't want to distract, but I don't think it's too distracting. Flashing spotlights. Okay. How tall am I? I am 5'10", probably closer to 5'11". I'm more closer to 5'11" than 5'10", probably. Supposed to be flashing spotlight. That's fine, Dirk. I mean, it is your first build, so I imagine that not everything's going to be set in stone yet. But I kind of liked the background. I thought there was something kind of interesting. But whatever works for you. People told me they were distracting. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I was gonna say probably a good balance would have been to put them only during certain scenes. I think depending on what scenes they are in, that probably would be. Yeah, I can see that. Probably better just take them out, I guess. Are you fine with playing on the left? Since the left side was easier for most players, I might as well give that to him. He did say they only started playing a few years ago. Okay. Without hesitation, he walked over to my left, getting set for the next serve. That was easy. I should probably take the seam. I mean, he's a foot taller than me, for God's sake. I'll take seam. Okay. He replied using the same matter-of-fact tone as before. At least he's very compliant. Marcus was back to serve since I've known him for so long. I know what's coming. A flat float serve to my right. How windy is it right now? I swooped my right hand and grabbed a handful of sand, slowly releasing it to check the wind direction. East. It's going to let the wind drag it wide. I shifted my legs. As I predicted, Marcus served it to the right sideline, sending it deep. Of course, he had to go for my weak spot. Fortunately, I detected it in time to cut it off, passing the ball to the middle of the court. Even then, it was hard for me to defend. Kenny chased my pass down and got ready to set. He tried setting me on the outside, but instead sent me a low ball aimed beyond the sideline. Oh boy. I redirected my approach, moving sideways to give a semi-decent attack. Had to lean my upper body to the right just so I could get my left hand, my hitting hand on the ball. Sadly, the only attack I could make was a predictable roll shot. My hit was slow and loopy, but it had enough pace to get over the net to Vic. With ease, he passed the ball to Marcus. Alright, Vic passed it inside, so the set should be... Huh? As soon as I collected my thoughts, Vic already attacked, sending the ball down Kenny's sideline. Did he just hit a slide? How? Neither of us were even prepared to defend. Kenny just got into the net while I was still running back. My bad, Kenny. I should have reset faster. Kenny wasn't too fazed by the point, acknowledging my comment, then going back to pass. Dang, I'm more amazed and frustrated with that slide. I've never seen anyone do that in my life, and he did it only 2 points. 2-0. Marcus slapped the ball and loaded his arm. I need to pay attention. This isn't going to be easy. This time, Marcus aimed his serve at Kenny. Of course he would target the giant. I shifted left, taking away the path to Kenny. It wasn't perfect, but I managed to keep the ball off the net, sending it towards the front line corner of our side. Set me inside! Instead of relying on his hands, Kenny extended his platform and gave me a bump set. Unfortunately, it was off the mark again. This time the set was right on top of him. Move left! Move left! I exclaimed to get Kenny out of the way. He shuffled left, enough to give me space to hit. Once again, I gave an easy return, sending the ball to the middle of the court. This time, Marcus vehemently called off Vic, receiving the hit himself. Hey, send me an A! What? Focus, Evan. Look at the player, not the caller. Vic sent Marcus toward the sideline, far away from where Kenny expected him to be. I was left with the entire back court to myself. Where do I stand? Oh no! Is it a choice? Right. Take line, Kenny. Kenny proceeded to jump straight up, blocking Marcus' view of the entire sideline. He jumped too early. He's gonna go for his deep line. I scurried towards the left side, only making it 2/3 of the way before I saw a ball whiz to my right, smacking the ground with a fierce thump. I was like, oh, we have QTEs in this game too. Oh man. If Marcus' attack was slower, I could have got that. Kenny looked visibly disappointed. I did my best to cheer him up. Hey, we got this. Next point. I said with my best optimistic inflection. Without any further comments, the two of us moved on, setting up for the next serve. 15 minutes later. Things started to get worse for me and Kenny. Marcus and Vic now led 16-5. Thank goodness we reached the technical timeout, the 21-point mark. I was panning up a storm, getting bits of sand lodged in my mouth every now and again. The four of us went to the sideline where our backpacks were. I had to stop myself from chugging my entire flask of water because it was burning up. I know, right? I'm surprised. You don't really get sudden timed events. The only ones I've seen timed events is extracurricular activities, and that's a more recent, somewhat recent thing. The four of us went to the sideline. The four of us went to the sideline where our backpacks were. I already read those. Kenny sat a few feet away from us, sipping his water bottle while looking off in the distance. Vic and Selma were chatting about Vic's last serve, a jump serve that zoomed between Kenny and me. Oh, who's calling me? Oh, sorry, my friend. I am streaming right now. Vic mimicked the trajectory of the ball, exaggerating a little bit while replicating a nosedive with his arm. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. My friend was asking me about something. I'm actually in a D&D campaign. I told him to give me a little bit. I'm streaming right now. I'm like, I'm streaming. If coach doesn't let me jump serve this year, you'll get the club team to boycott my matches, right? He egged on Marcus for a compliment, grinning and pointing finger guns at him. You could just quit the intercollegiate team and join our club team instead. The three of them chuckled, Vic rolling his eyes at the thought. I looked over to the left to see Kenny still in his own world, deep in thought. Is he doing all right? I left the group and sat by Kenny. He was still thinking, hands clasped together. I made some noise, fastening my flash shut to get his attention. You doing all right? Yeah, just meditating. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You weren't. He nodded to visibly back up his statement. It's pretty humbling to be dominated like this. He looked away from me, lips sealed in a flat line. Sorry about that. You're fine. What were you saying? I was just gonna say that I need a break like this. That's all. He took intermediate looks at me. Well, if you need anything, let me know. I'm transferring here this year. Oh. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm gonna put my stuff away. Let us know when you're ready. Okay. Huh. What is Kenny hiding? Oh, hello there, Ghosty. Dally, get out! Dally, did you really come in the stream? Oh my gosh. Dally, I told you I was streaming. Just give me some time. Oh, also, hello, Ghosty. I didn't think you would show up, Ghosty. Kenny looked up and smiled. I walked back to the group and put my flask away. We rested for another 30 seconds before starting up again. Vic turned and shouted out to everyone. Oh, I didn't ask you. I probably should ask that too. No, you're fine. You're fine, Winterwolf. You're fine. Dirk, is this a VN? Because I don't think I really checked. Is this a VN for 18 or older, or is it for all ages? Quotations, all ages. Not really, but you know what I mean. Basically, what I'm asking is there any naughty stuff in here yet, or are we good? Just so I know if I need to prepare anything in case something comes up. If he's still here. He might have ran away. He was like, you know what? He was like, Fallen's making fun of my tall characters. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Never to show up again. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, Dirk. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. No naughty yet. Okay. Oh, no naughty yet. Jeez, Dirk. What are you trying to add? Trying to hint at stuff? Okay. Alright, so we're good then. Okay, so anybody that feels like showing up can show up then. Okay. I don't really worry too much about, like, when I do these videos, streams, I tell people all the time, I don't really worry about streaming if you want to watch it. Just, if it's a naughty thing, I do try to ask that people don't watch it if you're underage. Because, you know, I'm trying to be a proper, polite, respectable person. Everyone's coming to the stream suddenly. I guess so. Ready to finish this thing? Yeah. Sure am. Kenny, are you ready to keep playing? Sure. Kenny stood up and walked back to us. He put his bottle away, then trotted onto the court. The four of us got ready to continue. Something's going on with Kenny. I can already tell. Like, Kenny, I can already tell that there's something with Kenny. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta wait to find out what's gonna happen with him. 16-5. Kenny and I slipped back into position. There was a lull in our banner. I could hear the ocean in the background. Vic tossed the ball up with a hefty amount of spin. The ball curved towards me. I go! The serve started to dip. I extended my arms out, scooping the ball at my platform. I turned to Kenny. Set me on! Kenny ran to the ball and gave me a set tight to the net. It's too tight. I dashed to the net, praying it wouldn't cross the net just yet. I can't hit this. Unless... And then jumped and extended my arms. I reached for the ball, relying on my last resort. I made a knuckle with my right hand, poking the ball with my index and middle fingers. The ball floated past Vic's block and straight back behind him to the corner. Yes! I fist pumped the air and high-fived Kenny as I walked back to the service line. I turned back to him. Can you keep me off the net next time? I like the idea, though. Alright. He gave it some thought, giving off a serious look while pondering it. He walked back to the net holding the same expression. As the ball was rolled to me, I took a brief stop to collect my breath, 1 point at a time. Dahlia, what are you doing? Stop! Stop! No RPs in the stream chat. Come on now. I picked the ball. Am I going to be that person that's like, no RPing in the chat? Like, playful RPing is fine, but no serious RPing in the stream. I picked the ball up and got ready to serve. This is a wholesome channel. 6 serving 16. I held the ball in front of me with two hands, arms straight and stiff. I gave a low toss in front of me and leaped in my serve. I sent the ball curving left, aiming for Vic. Mark started to move left. Well, no, get out of here with that. DMing in the chat. Get out of here. This time he was out of reach. The wind that he used on me earlier came back to haunt him, sending the ball towards Vic's left shoulder. Take it, Vic. Vic lifted his arms, hesitant at first. The ball reached his forearms, but bounced off the side of his platform, aiming outwards toward the pole. Marcus bolted on a dime. He shifted his balance left and ran after the errant pass. He dove for it, landing in the sand and covering his chest in it. Ugh. Sets off, keep it in. Marcus shouted at Vic, implying an easy return. However, Vic ignored the precaution and sent the ball over for a hard hit. Is he crazy? Yet, it went over just fine. I scooped a straight shot and sent it to Kenny, who was descending from his block. Up, passes off. I backed off as Kenny came in the set. Set me outside. This time, Kenny's wide set worked to my advantage. However, it was 10 feet off the net. Even Vic pulled off the net, expecting an easy return. Back to square one. You know what? Screw it. I'm going for broke. I took 2 steps forward and leaped, banking on my leg power. I'm going to show these giants that I can hit too. I loaded my arms and swung as hard as I could. That's sound effect. I loaded my arms and swung as hard as I could into the net. That was humiliating. My bad, Kenny. I'll keep it in play next time. I exchanged a high five with him. He nodded and made a slight grin. Don't worry, you'll get it. He walked back to pass, this time with a smile on his face, but why? Never mind, I should be happy that he doesn't look dejected anymore. I picked the ball up and rolled it back to Marcus. After the game. I'm curious about Kenny. Kenny seems very unique. I am very curious about Kenny. I don't know. Kenny seems different, and it's like one of those things where like I'm really curious now, and I want to know more. Obviously, this game is only on its first build, but I'm sure it'll be answered in time. Also, Dirk, I was gonna recommend. I know you. Yeah, I do. I have a. I always feel like I have a cold. At least nasal congestion. Ugh. But I did want to say, I know that you are a very busy person, Dirk, with school and everything else you do. I know something that helps me. I'm not saying that you had the issue. If you ever having issues, if you ever have issues trying to think of what to do with your characters, a very good exercise I found out is writing a very short story about a character. That's what I do a lot of right now. It doesn't even have to be long. It can be like 5,000 words, or it can be like 5,000 words, which isn't too much. Just write about a character, and that way you know, and just write what comes to your mind. You can always edit it. You can always edit it later. I just know that something that helps me out when I'm trying to figure out what to do with a character, or where I want a character's journey to go as I'm thinking about my VN. So just a suggestion. If you don't have any issues like that, then don't worry about it. But I just thought I would give a heads up. Not saying that I've seen any issues with that with this VN so far, but just like I don't know how it's been for you writing. So I definitely gonna probably be, I did want to let everybody in the audience know I definitely gonna probably be playing more of this. I do kind of like this. It's pretty simple right now. It's very slice of life, which I do. I know people are like, oh, you always play romance visual novels and naughty visual novels. Well, I really do enjoy my fantasy. I always more been a fan of modern fantasy, and from time to time, I do enjoy slice of life. Slice of life is what got me started in RPs, actually. So, like, years ago. Years and years ago, like, what? How long has it been now? Like, 7-8 years ago when I joined the Brony fandom, it was actually with Slice of Life that got me into RPing. So, the rest of the match continued as expected. Vic and Marcus continued to pick up on Kenny's setting, making me look like a novice. And I can turn the volume a little bit now that the music's down. Vic and Marcus continued to pick on Kenny's setting, making me look like a novice, sending nothing but free balls back. The game ended with them winning 21-10. It It was a pretty cruddy way to start off my day, not like I got much motivation from the news earlier. After a 2-minute break, Marcus invited Kenny back in the court with him. Marcus spread his legs out and made a crouching motion with them. You want to make a straight up and down motion with your legs like this, to keep your sets from flying all over the place. He asked Kenny to follow along with him as they repeated the motion together a few times. Marcus proceeded to give Kenny a few more tips with his setting before giving him a chance to practice his newly acquired skill. Hello, man, I missed your voice. Oh, thank you so much. I like when people say that. I like when people are like, "Oh, I missed your voice," because a lot of times I usually think my voice is. I usually always never thought my voice was really good. So it's nice to know that people enjoy hearing me read these stories and stream. Cause I mean, come on now. I don't have a voice. I don't have a, I don't always feel like I have a good voice, but I do appreciate that. Like some people in the stream right now, certain people making own VNs and streams themselves. Do you want to try it out? Sure. Okay, I'll pass and hit then. The two spent a couple more minutes setting and hitting. Are you guys ready? Sure, Kenny and I will play together. Who wants to play against us? I will. I'll play with Evan. Wait, why? I mean, playing with Kenny was hell for my hitting, but at least he could hit. How does putting two short people together solve that? This is going to be a disaster. Dirk. Very good voice. Oh, thank you so much, people. I love it. I love Dirk. I love you, Dirk. we gotta chat sometime. In all seriousness, I gotta chat with more of you people. But usually, like everybody's so. Yeah, I gotta watch your Leo. Yeah, I was gonna say Leo. I have yeah, watch my Leo playthrough because I know we're talking about Ocean Avenue right now. But can I just say, I freaking love Leo from Echo. I really do. And I know my heart's going to get broke because people keep telling me don't get too attached to him. But I love Leo and Chase. And I know I'm going to be crying when stuff happens. But you're fine, Dirk. I've been wanting to talk to you, Dirk, but it's like I know you've been busy, though, which is understandable. You've been busy. I'm currently, right now, just having a little bit of free time because I'm unemployed. But... And who is Zephyr? Hello, Zephyr. I don't think I've seen you before. Maybe you've been around. Zephyr Alistair. I think it's Alistair or Alistar. I'm not sure. Someone walked over to me and whispered, You're gonna be fine. All we need to do is outrun them. I think it's gonna take more than stamina to beat these guys. I don't know how Kenny is, but Marcus has better stamina than me. I know that about him. Just follow my lead. Oh no. Fallen. Why are you saying oh no? Just call me Zeph. Okay. Well, hello, Zeph. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm assuming you are new to the channel. Welcome to the channel with all things furry, fuzzy, and wild. I always say this to all of my new people. Welcome to the Fallenpack, and this is my predominantly furry channel. If you ever have any furry games you would like me to try out, or anything furry topic or discussion that you'd be interested in seeing me talk about in a future video, you can always let me know, and I will get to work with it. I've been trying to think of new videos to do. Alright, I will do just that, Dirk, the red panda. And I'll run them we did. Marcus and Kenny were exhausted by the end of our game. Although they seemed unaffected by our strategy early on, their communication broke down halfway through the game. Someone managed to sweep the floor with them via her serves and roll shots. That was satisfying. For you it was. I had to pass everything because they were so scared to hit to you. Psh, you didn't have it that hard. I gave you more than enough time to hit. Someone was right. She did give me some high sets, leaving me with more than enough time to approach the ball. And to that I say thanks. I can't tell you how many guys I know set the ball way too low. We continued ranting about our setting experiences as we rejoined the group. Well, no, I've talked to Dirk. I've talked to Dirk before. It can be a little worrisome though. But I always tell people in this chat all the time, if you ever want to talk to me, my DMs are always open. You can either DM me on Discord or you can hit me up on Telegram. I do use Telegram. I'm going to let you know now, I don't use Telegram as much as my Discord. But you can always hit me up, chat with me. I'm always open to doing stuff. Yes, I am an RPer, but be forewarned. Though, I am pretty close to who I RP with. Because usually a lot of times I tend to write, so. We continued ranting about our setting experiences as we rejoined the group. This break, we took a little bit longer to catch up with each other. For me, that meant explaining how I got here. I talked about how I knew Marcus before this and how I transferred here. They took that fact a lot better than I expected. Always heard university students were snobs to community college students, considering them less qualified or broke. Oddly enough, they were pretty jealous about the tuition I had. I would have killed to have 2 less years of rent. Oh god. Oh, the music's coming back. The music's coming back. And who would you have killed for it? Someone looked back at him brandishing her air knife. Y'all are my witnesses, okay? The 4 of us laughed as Vic hid behind Kenny. Seriously though, I wish everyone made GE courses that cheap. If I wasn't on scholarship, I would have actually have to kill someone to afford this. I have the money, you could kill me if you had to. He remained unfazed, the rest of us went silent. I love the faces that are being made right now. You can kill me if you have to, I have the money. What? Like, what? Who to kill for free rent? Who to kill for free? I don't know. Zeph, you can't kill me. I'm the leader. So if you kill me, the whole thing falls apart. This whole entire thing, even the VN, Dirk will be so traumatized by my death, he won't be able to write the VN anymore. He'll be like, I can't write this VN anymore because Fallen died. And you'll ruin a VN, and this VN will later end up saving the entire world because somebody will be so inspired by the misadventures of a group of college volleyball students. They will be unable to come up with laws to make the world a better place. Do you want to do that, Seth? Do you really want to ruin the world? Breaking the silence, Vic popped up from behind Kenny and pushed him forward. Well then, I have nothing to worry about. I'm not counting you out. I have to back Selma here. We could use your body for science. I heard there are biologists out there that can extract the tall genes. You'd make for a great subject. You would be a legend. Nope, you're all crazy. He stood up and started running away. It wasn't too long until he wore himself out and sauntered back to his original spot. The commotion settled back down. Hey Vic, how tall are you? Uh-oh. If he wasn't taken, I'd be all over him. I knew it! Ouch, Zeph, that's hurtful. Also, I knew it. Dirk has a thing for tall boys. I knew it. I called it. I called it. I called it. The tall boyos. I knew it. Why am I like this? Vic buried his head in his arms and made a muffled scream. If you really must know, I'm 7'1". Okay, I called it. I called this too. I said it. I said he's probably a little bit over 7 foot. I was thinking more like 7'3", or about 7'3", but alright, I'm close enough. 7'1". Okay. I was like, hold it. Sure, Dirk. Sure, sometimes you gotta separate the character from the creator. Sure, I'm sure there's nothing to do. Dirk, I'm not an idiot. I can tell Evan is meant to be you for the most part. I'm pretty good at taking... I can tell with his red shirt. Because, let me make a joke, everyone. I feel like every time I watch Dirk, the few times I catch his videos or streams, he's always wearing a red shirt. And it's always like this red shirt, like this basic, like, semi-tight fitting red t-shirt. Not quite a gym wear, but kinda. And this character wears a red t-shirt, and and shorts. And I'm just like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, this is Dirk. This is Dirk's character. This is Dirk's persona. Well, it's other persona. I'm 5'8". Oh, geez, everybody's so. All right, short boys and girls. Who are my short boys and girls in the group today? So Tendo's 5'8". So don't feel so bad, Dirk. Tendo's even shorter than you. Oh wait, but how old are you, Tendo? Tendo, you're still growing though. You're not 18. You're still growing. This is fun. This is what I like doing streams like this, when we're all coming together and having some fun. I like this. Good job, Dirk, for having this happen. No, you're not. No, get out of here. You are not 5'3". No, you're not. I will leave. No, you are not 5'3". There's no way. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Hold on. I know we're playing this, but I gotta talk. There's no way you're 5'3". I don't believe you at all. I do not believe you. There's no way you're 5'3". Are you really Has? Are you 6'7"? Are you 6'7"? 5'3"? That's short though. That's kind of short. That's a little short. Wait, are you really 6'7", Has, gamer? No. The heights right now are getting me shooken. I'm shooking. I'm so shook right now. Oh my goodness. I was always like, 5'10" is not too bad of a height. No, don't DM me your driver's license. No, I'm not gonna ask you to show me your driver's license. I'm good. 5'3". Wow. Has, you're 6'7"? Oh my goodness, Dirk, what have you done? Dirk, what kind of Pandora's box have you opened up? I'm finding out all these crazy heights right now. What have you done? Save me. Zeph, you get out of here. You're not 4'3". I will leave. Do not make me shut the stream down. I will leave right now. I was about to say, I will leave right now. I will end the stream and walk away. I was like, no, you guys aren't. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is insane. I am shook. I am so shooken right now. Dirk, maybe I regret this. Alright, we'll get back to the VN. We're gonna go back to the VN. I'm sorry. Oh my lord. What the? That's a good effect, though. What happened to his eyes? Oh. Evan, you okay, dude? Oh my gosh. What? I think you broke him. Try rewiring the mainframe, Vic. Vic grabs me in a headlock, gives me a noogie. My heart is racing now. $16. Okay, I knew you were an 18, Tendo. I didn't know what age exactly. 16. Okay. I mean, you also have to remember the stuff they put in food nowadays. All the artificial stuff they put in food nowadays for school lunches does not help with naturally growing. I'm gonna say that right now. Like this? I think I'm dying. Why must I be a sucker for height? You okay, Evan? Yeah, I'm fine. You should probably take a break this round. I don't want to fry your circuits again. He winked at me, nudging me with his elbow. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh my gosh. Fun fact, I am taller than my older brother. I took my phone out and locked it, glad to get the 3 notifications I received. The timestamps listed all of them being sent 20 or so minutes ago. Someone chimed into the rest of the group. I looked down. So who wants to play with who now? I'll play with you, Selma. Vic slumped his shoulders. So now you're gonna leave me with the cruel fate of playing defender? Why would Vic play defense? He's obviously the bigger of the two. I wouldn't make you run that much, Vic. I'll do a great job for you. Vic looked up at Kenny and grunted. Fine, you convinced me. And I'm only doing this because your passing is garbage. Phew, and I was worried I would have to put that to the test. No wonder Kenny was terrible at passing earlier. If Vic really is an intercollegiate player, he probably learned how to pass along with everyone else. The four of them continued chattering as they got on the court. I looked back down at my phone and opened up the first message. Dad, have you heard back from the volleyball company? You should keep looking for internships in case they don't follow through. Why must you get on my case about this? You know I've been searching all summer, yet you still keep prodding me to find work. Leftover pizza's in the freezer when you get home. Of course, he brought pizza from Saveco for the third week in a row. I've had that pizza so many times now that I nearly recoil whenever I see it. I looked back at the court and the game was already in progress. I saw Marcus making an easy pass as Selma ran at half speed to make the set. Vic was yelling something at Kenny, who cocked his head in response. I'm sure things were going swimmingly for them. You know what Dirk's got me to remind me? I gotta get back into drawing. I haven't drawn in a few weeks. I gotta get back into drawing. I want to keep going with my VN, but I just have no artists. No artistes. Now, what's the last message? Kevin, bro, how's the university treating you? Haven't heard from you in a while. I wonder how Kevin's doing in New Victoria. Mom hasn't given me any updates about him as of late. The last one was like 2 years ago. It hasn't started yet. Quarter system is whacked. I go back in 2 weeks. What have you been up to? After I sent off my message, I slipped my phone back into my backpack and diverted my attention. The breeze died down, and after an afternoon of scorching heat, the sand started feeling bearable again. It felt cathartic digging my feet into the sand. It was as if my anxiety was being grounded by, well, the ground. Kenny, you gotta run that ball. oh, messed that voice up. Hold on. Kenny, you gotta run that ball down. That was not impossible to get. But I'm not the one playing defender. You still need to try. I misstepped. The two guys continued bickering. Marcus and Selma were shagging distant balls as they carried on with their rebuttals. As Marcus grabbed the last stray ball, he deviated his path back to reach me. Everything okay over there? Just another squabble. They'll burn out in a second. Marcus rubbed the back of his neck, looking back at them. Okay then, we'll try to make this quick. Seems like you're doing a good job with that. Later. Marcus walked back with the court, giving a casual underhand high five to Selma as she walked back to serve. I retrieved my phone back out, opening it to a new message. Kevin, same old roommate stealing my snacks again. Guess I deserve for mooching off Terrence's web flicks. Yep, same old Kevin. I better ignore him before he... Kevin, I need a brother tax. Could you lend me $40? I'll pay you back in a couple of weeks. Okay, why would he expect me to lend him money? I'm the one still in college. He's been out of school for years now. I'll treat you once you come down to NV. Think of it as an investment. But wait, huh? Does he think I have the money? He should be asking Mom or Dad. Oh, he better give me one hell of a dinner once I see him again. Okay, I'll bud bucks you. You better treat me once I get there, though. The recipient typing icon popped up within seconds. Better be worth it. Gah! What? Oh, jeez, what just happened? Someone knocked me onto my back and laid on top of me with full force. My phone flew out of my hands. Were my playing days over already? No, that can't be. My head was in a daze. I feel dizzy enough to pass out of the sand. Not like it would be that uncomfortable. Never lend money, right? I got this one. Whoever was on top of me started to lift himself off me, alleviating the load on my relatively twig-like body. It felt like a bag of bricks on top of me. If I die, this would be a fine way to go out, crushed by himbo. Are you okay, Evan? I don't know who the voice is, so... It took me a minute, but my dizziness wore off. I guess I wasn't deserving of such an awesome death. My head was a little bruised, but my cognition was back to full strength. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been trucked that hard. You took a pretty rough landing. Sorry about that. I was trying to save the ball. Oh, it was Kenny. Kenny's such a klutz. He turned to Vic, staring him down, and he finished his sentence. Yeah, bro, you went all out for it, but you didn't even check your surroundings. You can't think about that when saving a play. Like my coach says, you gotta sacrifice your body. You also sacrificed Evan's body. Just collateral damage. You're not helping your case. The two reignited their banter, stepping away from me to resume. Do you need anything? My apartment is nearby if you want me to bring ice. I think I'm good. Wasn't that bad of a hit, just very forceful. When Kenny commits to something, he commits. Sometimes that even means he'll forget what's around him. I'm sure I learned that the hard way. Yep, at least it wasn't Vic. You would have been flat like a pancake if you tried to do that. I'll add that to the list of things that could kill me. You don't need to worry. I'll send him to the hospital if he ever tried anything like that. I'll add that too. Think of it this way. If anyone tries to fight you, you got us. Sounds like a good trade-off. I don't know where I would be in this equation. Come on, Marcus. You're pretty strong. I'm sure you can stand your ground. Well, I'm not as strong as those knuckleheads over there, but I'll contribute. Speaking of which... Hey, meatheads! Are we gonna finish playing or not? Oh, jeez. What the flip of it... I can tell what kind of character Selma is. Surprised you're not dead. Default sound. I know, I'm surprised I'm not dead either. I want to flip the switch. Vic and Kenny stopped arguing and turned to Selma. Yeah, we're ready. With their head and shoulders scrunched inwards, they trudged back to the court. Selma and Marcus followed suit. Now, where did my phone land? I got up from the scene of the crime and meandered around the sidelines looking for my phone. I'm sure the thing got covered in sand. Better not be buried too deep. I scavenged around the backpacks first, seeing if it simply got wedged between two adjacent bags. No luck. The next spot I checked was Marcus's mesh bag. Once again, no dice. The search started to become hopeless, and I considered calling it with Marcus's phone. How far could it have gone? I didn't think I sent that thing flying into orbit. I retraced what I could remember of the incident. Kenny landed on me from my right side, and my phone was in my left hand. The farthest it reasonably could have gone was a couple of feet. Unless I fell on top of it, it must have gone left. I felt a solid bar under my foot. I felt a solid bar under my foot. I had only taken 3 steps before finding my phone lodged in a divot made by my impact. Dad would be pissed if I had to buy a new phone. He'd probably make me pay for the phone and make me pay more of our family plan. I hate how he bundles everything for the family. I'm not a kid anymore. We're all adults. We're pretty much independent. Once I'm done, it will just be you two. I picked my phone up and brushed it off, seeing that the screen went into sleep mode a while ago. The notification was no longer there, so I unlocked the phone and searched through my messages app. There it was, his reply. For sure. I wasn't too surprised. He tends to be brief with people. Wasn't any different with family. After going on my own miniature treasure hunt, the game had ended. The 4 of them giving high fives to each other just as I was about to sit down again. We were joined by our backpacks next to the pole of the tent net. So, what happened? Marcus turned to me as the others were still digging through their bags. It went alright. Nothing too special. 21-6 isn't mundane. We got obliterated by them. Vic blurted out while Kenny turned around. That's more like what I thought happened. Kenny raised an eyebrow. I thought it was fair. They just wore us out. It's not fair that I'm so tall. Oh, how tragic. I would kill for that. It still boggles my mind why you played Defender instead of Kenny. He's lost, broken, and forgotten about at least 10 plus votes. Jeez. It still boggles my mind why you played Defender instead of Kenny. I don't think I would have done much better than him. I think we only had like 1 dig combined that entire game. It's neither of us our strong suits. However, unlike Kenny, I had to learn some passing for the intercollegiate team. You know, you two could have switch blocked. Vic's face went blank. What's switch blocking? How did they even make it to 6 points? You mean both of us pass? Well, kinda. You know, whoever hits the ball over blocks while the other guy plays defender. I know what it is, I'm just disappointed I didn't think of that sooner. I can't believe I was that stupid. I don't think you're stupid. Kenny replied with a cheeky grin and friendly eyes. That's cause you're a theater major, you dingus. Vic playfully slapped Kenny on the back of the head. You sure act like one. If you saw me in my engineering class, you'd think I'm brain dead. That's really unfair of Vic to say. Just because it's an art-related major doesn't mean you're dumb. Every major has its share of tough work, just in different ways. Yes! A lot of majors are hard in different ways. I completely agree. Someone touched my phone, they dead. LOL. Zeph, what do you have on your phone? This stuff drives me nuts with my parents. They put my sister on a pedestal for becoming an accountant and then brush off the work I've done for my sports management major. I'm not doing it because it's easy. That's pretty condescending to say, Vic. The theater major thing. Theater students aren't inherently dumb. It's a joke, man. I know that it's also challenging. Diana said to me in a lower tone as Kenny glanced away. We're just sticking around with each other. I'm sure he'll keep up with us. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, that is the worst feeling. Dirk, have you had that ever happen to you? When, like, you're with, like, a new group of people and, like, you're really... Your memories in my closet. I think that's the worst feeling to, like, when you make new friends up and, like, they're, like, joking with each other, but, like, you're not used to the way they joke, so you think they're serious, and then it's like, oh, we're just joking around. You're like, oh, well, I feel like an idiot. Dirk, has that happened to you before? It's especially really hard if you talk to people online, because let me tell you how many times I've tried to be sarcastic online and people have gotten really offended, and I'm like, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm so sorry. Aside from being subscribed to someone who I watch right now. But yeah, I really do appreciate you following this channel, this small little tiny channel. I had a feeling, Dirk, that sounded like something personal. I'm like, is this something personal you're trying to hit at? Just my personality in general. Oh, I get that. I usually, my issue is like the opposite. I make too many like really raunchy and harsh jokes, but I'm almost always joking, and people really get offended, and then I feel bad. I'm like, no, it's a joke. I promise. I'm not serious. It is very rare for me to outright. It is very rare for me to outright like talk bad about someone, unless they deserve it, or unless I feel like they deserve it, which is very rare because usually I keep quiet. But again, though, that Zeph, as I say, thank you so much for following the channel. Like I said, if you've got any ideas in mind that you'd like to see on the channel, let me know. I just don't laugh or joke. Oof. Zeph, where have you been living? Under a rock? That's harsh. That sounds like rock living. We pause for a bit. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Okay, I don't blow my nose. Just, hello, human friend, can we talk? No, I don't talk like that, no. So, do you want to partner up now with the bully? He puffed his chest out as he pointed to himself with his thumb. Why not? If you pick on Kenny again, I'll make sure to run you dry. Anything but that. Oh, I will. I'm a coward as he squatted in the sand. I've got you if you need help, Evan. Oh geez, somebody just posted a little thing. Ooh, Dirk! Oh, jeez. That's a dark joke. Oh jeez. Data ethics class. Basically had the train situation. I was told to chill by the Zoom chat. Oh jeez. That's terrible. That is terrible, Dirk. It's funny though. I would have laughed. I would have done that thing where I'm like, haha, I'm like, chill out. Oof. Dirk over here like, yeah, I was just joking. Sure, I was just joking. In no way would I possibly beat up somebody who's rich to inherit their money. Not me. Not at all. Dirk the friendly red panda. Guy, that's a really dark joke. I know, like, that's a dark joke. I would have got it, though. Vic's eyes widened as he turned to Selma, then back to me. I will do anything you ask. Cool. I do need a water bottle after this match. Done. We gave each other a high-five, fist-bump combo and got up before Vic motioned to the other three. Yo, who wants to play us now? The three looked at each other, eyeing each other to figure out. Well, I think Marcus should take a break. He's been carrying all of us. We laughed as Marcus grinned sheepishly and rolled his eyes. I could have done it without my partners. So you'll play against him with Ken then? Sure, come on, Kenny. The Arctic Fox motioned at the lion. He grabbed the ball and the two joined us on the court. Oh, different. Well, here is a different screenshot. Then I commented, nice shot at the end of the exercise. I think I'm gonna say this, and don't hate me, Dirk. I think also with you, Dirk, you tend to talk in a very straightforward manner. Like it's a friendly but straightforward manner. So they also could have been surprised by you making a joke like that, because I usually don't really see you make jokes like that. You're not a serious person, but like the little bit I've seen when you talk, you're like very straightforward. You're a friendly but straightforward person. So it also could have been the way you said it, maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think why they would be like, think you were serious. Totally friendly till midnight. Oof. Wanna roll for serve again, Vic? You know I'm gonna beat you this time. Right. Psh. Kenny and I moved to the right side of the net as they went behind the sideline of the left. 3, 2, 1, roll! Someone released the ball with her hand slightly sideways, giving it some backspin. Vic gave his ball some arc, relying on the following bounce to propel it forward. Vic's ball brushed up against the other sideline while Summer's only traveled halfway across the court. Looks like we're going Dutch tonight. We could do double or nothing, but I don't want to be rude. Loser pays for the winner's dinner. Bet. Alright, so we'll stay on this side. Okay, we'll take receive. I limboed under the net to Vic's side as someone went the other way. I was greeted by a hooligan on the other side. Let's get it! Like the previous time with Marcus, he raised his arms up and swung down full force to give me a double high five. I outstretched mine in response. Well, I can't feel my hands anymore. Maybe that'll be a good thing? You want to start first? Yeah, why not? Vic's boisterous attitude immediately subdued. The players on the other side were ready to pass. I made sure to give a thumbs up to everyone to confirm. It was such an easy opportunity to say it. I'm glad I got your personality right, Dirk. I'm usually pretty good with that. I'm usually pretty good at reading people. For the most part. Not always. For the most part. No, not at all, Ted. No, I used to really love I used to love dark humor. I still do love dark humor to a degree. Not as much as I used to, but no, dark humor's not a bad thing, as long as you understand that it's a joke and you know where to use dark humor. Some people don't really like dark humor, so you gotta know where to use it at. I made sure to give a thumbs up to everyone to confirm. And it depends on what your version of dark humor is. There are some things you really shouldn't joke about. Trust me. I've seen some people joke about things and I'm like, yeah, that's not funny. Zeph, I mean, I barely gotten to talk to you, but I would say you're kind of a somewhat shy person, but deep down inside, you're very outspoken in a friendly way. Like you like to make a lot of jokes and stuff, and you like to be around groups of people, at least online. That's all I can really get from you. Let's get it. Yeah, comedy in general does get pretty dark. I think it's just a matter of knowing what to joke about. It's the biggest thing is knowing your audience and knowing how far to take a joke. Because I think a big issue with comedy, especially nowadays, not going to get into it, but a big thing nowadays is with a lot of political issues going on, you have to know when to make certain jokes. I think that's the biggest issue with comedy now. Some stuff is fine to joke about, but you have to, one, like I said, one, know your audience, and two, timing is everything. If you make a joke about something serious that just happened, people are going to get pissed. If you make a joke about something that happened months or years ago, people are not going to get as mad about it and might actually laugh at it. Yeah, I figured you like to be shy and alone at times, but I also think that you like to be... I mean, I would consider myself a introvert, but I do like to be with groups of people at times. That was way closer than it should have been. Vic and I barely pulled out a 21-19 victory against Kenny and Selma. When it came down to it, Vic came in clutch, jump serving an ace serve to Kenny's sideline. It wouldn't have been so worrisome if he hadn't missed 4 of his previous serves. I'm still caught up in the tension from the match, but Vic and Selma had other things in their minds. Victory's gonna taste so good. This was such a terrible bet. This time I'm gonna order 3 burgers from Harvey's. Over my dead body? How much is that worth? Enough to end our relationship. Ah! Nah, I figured, Seth. That's kind of how most people are. Trust me. I'm not saying you should, but look at my older YouTube videos because I've been doing this for like a year now. Look at my older videos from like when I started, like about, I would even say 10 months ago. Anything before 6 months ago, my personality on this channel was something else. I was trying to make jokes. They were very awkward. I wasn't really sure of myself, and now I'm really relaxed. I'm relaxed. I am chill. I'm used to doing this now, and I really love streaming and making videos. Vic paused to think about his ultimatum. Looking forward to the burgers, honey. Okay, but I remember Dirk said it's complicated, so I think they're a couple, but they're not a couple. Oh boy. I'm very eager to know more about these characters. Selma sighed, trying to pout. She only managed to hold her pouting face for a few seconds before cracking up. Someday you'll find a better man. Not like you could do any worse. Hey! He gave Marcus a shove. I'd love to see you try. In due time. Marcus adjusted his spot in the sand, moving over so he could sit down. He opened up Vic's cooler and grabbed a bottle of water. Fortunately, I didn't take any of the other choices. Why do you have a bottle of straight vodka in here? Ugh, I do not like vodka. Ew, I hate vodka. I mean, I'm gonna tell you now, Zeph. Most of them, they're all pretty much like VN videos. Like I said, I'm trying to do different stuff. Like I said, if you have any idea, if anyone here has any ideas for any furry topic or discussion videos I can do, I'm so open to the idea. Because I'm really excited to get. I almost have some sprites done, and I'm so excited to start doing actual videos on here. Like I said, YouTube is for my furry stuff, and Twitch is for my gaming. That's just basic gaming stuff. And we hit over 440 subscribers. I'm so happy. It's only been like a year, and I'm slowly creeping up to 1,000. 1,000's my goal. After I hit 1,000, I don't care how the numbers go, but I just want to hit 1,000. Why do you have... actually, Dirk, do you like straight vodka? Dirk, I have a question, because I don't like straight vodka. I can't drink vodka. I usually like mixed drinks. I'm usually a mixed drink person. The only thing I really will drink straight is rum or bourbon. I like bourbon. Bourbon's pretty good. You don't have to think about it right now, Zeph. Like I said, take your time. It's no rush. I'll be making videos for the foreseeable future, so you have time. But, yeah, something to think about if you're curious to see me do something that you'd be interested in. Or even if it's just another furry game, I'm fine with that, too. Oh, it's because he was going to make the ultimate loser finish it off. Yeah. How's everyone doing so far? Not too bad. I'm 2-1. Same. Ditto. Guys, I think we're all 2-1. Vic's mouth went agape as he placed his hands on his cheeks. How's that possible? If we went 2-1, then that must mean Kenny. Kenny was looking down at the sand. Kenny? Yeah? What's your record? How many games did we play today? 4 so far. That's my record. Wins or losses? Kenny squirmed in his spot. Oh no. Losses. Ooh, losses. You played 4 games already? Yeah, why do you ask? So you've played with everyone? Yep. Looks like you have a head start then. Hopefully you won't be too intoxicated by the time we finish our game. Have fun. Vic patted the top of his cooler and then stood up. You guys ready to finish off the night? Yeah, the only person I haven't played with yet is... you. She glared at Vic. Oh, poor you. The two chuckled as he helped Selma up. I guess that means we're playing against Marcus and Evan. Cool. Ready, Marcus? Yep. We propped ourselves up off the sand. Time to rekindle some old memories. Ooh, origami! Vodka is just to add alcohol. I know origami sounds exciting. Hope you have fun with it, Seth. Hopefully I'm not distracting you too much. We propped ourselves up off the sand. Time. Oh yeah, we read that. Oh, I always do that. The 4 of us got on the court ready to play. Do you guys need to warm up? I'm fine. Same. Okay, do you want serve or receive? We'll take serve. Okay, we'll take this side. Marcus and Vic returned to their partners. Marcus and I acknowledged each other with a grin and a nod, followed by a high five. Ready? Yep. Let's get it! At least we know they're ready. Want me to take Seam? I'll take it this time. We turned to face Selma, who was walking back to serve. She was saying something imperceptible to Vic. Got it, he said before turning to face us. He was standing in position to block, giving signals to Selma behind his back. Service. Oh, well, thank you. I really like hearing that I have a good voice. I love it. I love it because I want to do voice acting one day. One day, I hope that I'll be able to do voice acting. On a somewhat professional level, like, basically professional level to me is getting paid to do it, even if it's not a lot of money. Someone smacked the ball across the net and curved towards me. Take it, Evan. I shifted left and took the serve. The ball made a clean bounce off my platform and towards the net. I got it. I'm with you. Set me inside. I lined myself up for Marcus. We were a couple of feet from the court center. Someone pointed at us, still ready to play. Pass. Oh. Watch the option. Vic stepped up, committing to the block. He was taking away my angle. Marcus raised his arms up and gave me a crisp overhand set. It was high enough for me to make a thought-out decision. He's taking line. Huh? Oh crap, he faked the angle block. Running out of time to choose. Where's Selma? She was still near the back line, although she was moving to cover my angle. She thinks I'm gonna send it deep. I know what to do. Now. With the flick of her wrist, I turned the ball left and cut it to the short angle. Selma dashed, trying to make up missed time. Take it, Selma! Vic backed up, spiraling out. Selma reached her right arm out. She could only get the ball a few feet up, sitting it below the net and under to our side. Nice work, Marcus. Nice shot. Marcus saved me with that call. There was no way in hell I could have beaten Vic's block otherwise. I picked up the ball and went back to serve. One serve. Marcus stood right in front of the net, giving me signals. Serve Vic's line and dig his ankle. Got it. With a straightforward approach, I tossed the ball and propelled it down Vic's left side. It was going deep, a bit too deep. However, Vic raised his arms and tomahawked the ball up. It wasn't very pretty, but it was enough for Selma to dish off a decent set to Vic. Time for some action. Marcus reminded me of what he was blocking, bringing his right hand behind him and holding out one finger. He was taking Vic's line. Set me a 4. Selma took a quick peek at her side before looking back and sending a medium-speed set to Vic's outside. It had an arc, but enough speed to make a split-second decision. I camped in the middle of the court, waiting for Vic to jump with a step close. Vic rose in the air, ready to swing. I pulled left, moving into his angle. Vic turned mid-air to face me. He was ready to pelt me. No mercy. Crap! As Vic started to swing, Marcus turned his block inward at the last minute. Vic ripped the ball into the block, which bounced back onto his side and past Selma, landing behind them in bounds. Yes, Marcus! I gave him a swift high five to celebrate. Thanks. He grinned back, not showing too much expression. I picked up the ball and went back to serve again. One serve. I glanced at Marcus' signal, same thing as last time. Got it. 1-0. I tossed the ball forward, putting more momentum in my approach. This time my serve beamed over the net, falling into Vic's lap. He made another shaky pass a few feet to his left. Move, Vic, stay off. Someone ran down the air and passed and popped a high ball for Vic to return. Without having to say it, Marcus was already pulling off the net and splitting the court with me, ready for the free ball. No one up, send it wherever. Unlike his recent attacks, Vic came into this one slower and hit it back with more caution. The ball was approaching me. I go! Marcus ran to the net ready to set. With a couple steps, I got to the ball and passed it nice and high. I'm with you, set me straight. Vic was back on the net by the time I made my pass. It's a poke, pull off. Marcus sent a poke shot to Vic's right. He peeled off and got enough leverage under the ball to make a controlled pass to Selma. I got it, set me a 2. Since he was already facing inwards, Vic got a head start in his approach. Selma gave him a faster and lower set. She turned to cover. You got one up, he's taking angle. I ran to the right sideline and opened up. Although he was in the middle of the court, Marcus lined up with Vic's left, leaving me with the entire right side. This is gonna hurt. Vic jumped and ripped the ball across court straight into my platform. The ball soared into the air, moving 3 feet forward in the process. I stepped back for an approach. Up, I'm with you. Marcus ran to the ball. He did a quick check to the other side before focusing on the set. He set the ball 5 feet from the net with a faster tempo. I hopped in and made my approach. Deep line, go deep line. I was airborne when I heard this. Vic was all over my line though. I got my hand under the ball and snapped it high, clearing the block by a foot. The ball was headed for the corner when Selma intervened and dug it. I'm here! Vic bolted to the ball, getting in under it and throwing up a set. The trajectory was smooth and slow enough for Selma to approach after getting up. Marcus ran back to the net, giving me another call. Line. Marcus is up, hit angle! Making strides to the set, Selma ran in and jumped. Within half a second, Marcus followed suit and jumped to block her. I moved far left, preparing for the short angle shot. Take angle! Marcus shifted his block, but not in time as Selma knocked the ball off of his block into the middle of the court. I had no chance to recover it. That's it! Vic enthusiastically high-fived Selma and followed it up with a brief hug. Marcus walked back to me, holding his hand to his chest. My bad, I'll shift earlier. No worries, I can take that away next time. We gave each other a high five to reconcile and prepared for the next serve. Vic was back at the line. What up? Vic spun the ball in his right hand. Marcus and I backed up ready for a deep jump serve. With a soaring toss, Vic ran in and ripped his jump serve. It's going out. Marcus turned his head and chest to me. Excuse me. I let the ball soar over my head and beyond the back line. The ball landed 5 feet out of bounds. Vic snapped his fingers. Yikes, I'll keep it in next time. Some extended out so Vic could high-five her. Good call, you got serve. Marcus nodded in agreement and retrieved the ball closer to us. Since he was serving, I put my hands behind my back so he could confirm his calls. You want this? I closed my left hand and gave 2 fingers on my right hand, shaking it. Yeah. I retreated my hands and got in a position to pass. 2-2-1. Marcus sent the ball down Vic's line. This time he wised up and shifted before the ball crossed the net. He got a decent pass off, which put Selma in the center of the court. Marcus was on the net by this time. Up! Vic broke his crouch and moved in, his eyes lit up. Yes, yes, yes! With the same speed as his words, he rushed into attack. Marcus shifted right with Vic. Selma shot off a low, flat set. Was he really hitting a shot? Vic hit the ball at a sharp angle, bouncing it inbounds with feet to spare. All right! Vic smiled, giving Selma a double high five, following it up with a hot hug. My tongue is getting tired right now. Ugh. Nice swing, Vic. He looked back to Marcus. Thanks. I didn't think you could do that. I learned a trick or two this summer, thanks to her. With his thumb, he pointed to Selma. That's news to me. You guys have been playing together this summer? We did a couple of co-ed tournaments. We probably would have done more if we weren't for taking ELEN 110A this summer. Yeah, same here. History 12 is a pain in the arse, but at least this summer the course is online. Who did you have? I had Jacobs in the spring. Oof, that's rough. But now I have Mackenzie. While they were talking, Selma grabbed the ball and waited at the service line. I had Jacobs last winter. Worst G of my life. Yeah, I only chose it because it fit my schedule. I sure learned my lesson. Not like any of them were on its exams. I know, right? You guys ready to keep going? Vic looked back. Sure. But yeah, let me know if you need any recommendations from professors. The four of us refocused on the game. Okay then, 2 up. Someone cocked her arm back, signaling to serve. Take seam this time. Okay. Someone sent a float serve to the middle of the court. The ball was mine. I got it. I butted in and received the serve. I had no problems keeping it in line with me. Marcus moved to my side and got in front of me. Tending the ball. Oh. Swing angle. I jumped to hit, looking at the block. Why would he want me to swing there? Wait, I see. I swung hard between Vic's arms, which were spread wide apart. I managed to hit the inside of his right arm and send the ball back to our side, making it land out of bounds. I gave a fist bump. Great call, Marcus. I pointed back to use the same hand to high-five him. I'm amazed he saw that opening. And a nice swing. I retrieved the ball from Kenny, whose lap the ball landed in. Keep it up. Yeah, I think everyone has a teacher they didn't like. Nowadays, it's a lot easier to tell. Nowadays, it's a little bit easier to tell with teachers because you can, I know there's, like, Rate Your Professor and those kind of sites that let you look up, like, what professors you really want. Like, really look up, like, how good a professor is. Can do. It was my turn to serve again. I slowed my pace down as I got to the service line. 1 serve. 3-2. I glanced at Marcus's new signal before eyeing the other side. Vic had shifted left, leaving Selma more of the court. She was pitching him in. Might as well exploit that. Selma leaned back to her right and backpedaled. The ball outran her. She could only scrape the ball before it bounced off and flew further back. Ace. Nice spot, Evan. We exchanged high fives. Selma was pondering what just happened, figuring out how to respond to Vic. You're fine, Selma. It was a good spot. I could have got that. Selma high-fived Vic while turning back to face us. She rolled her eyes and repositioned herself. Let's keep this going. I retrieved another ball and prepared to serve. 1 serve, 1 point left before we switch sides. Switch point, 4-2. Should I keep serving Selma? Oh, another thingy. Huh. All right, what does everyone think? Should we keep serving? Should we keep serving towards Selma or no? Give you like a minute to decide. Alright, I did have one vote. And they said to keep serving to her, so I'm going to say yes. Also, that's really cool, Zep. I'm really happy to hear that your Origami Dragon's done. Yes. Also, I just want to let people know, I'm probably after this tennis match, I'm gonna stop. I wanted to play through the whole update, but I got things to do today, so I'm gonna end soon. Might as well keep the pressure on her. Once again, I sent the ball deep to her right. Someone got to the ball in time to make a high pass. Easy for Vic to set. I'm here. Set me here. Got it. Marcus pulled off the net to pass with me. Vic's set was a good distance away from the net. Both of them are off. Someone slowed down our approach. Watch short. I pulled up expecting it to happen. Someone rolled the ball short to Marcus' side, making me run across court to retrieve it. Dropping fast, it took me a diving effort to save it. Up! I didn't give Marcus much time. To better our situation, he sent a high-five ball back over to buy us time. While I got up and transitioned back to pass, he stayed to block. Free ball, I got it! Someone cleared the air, leaving Vic to pass. You've got one up. Perfect. Set me a purple. Yeah, it's been a little over 2 hours, which it wouldn't be an issue, but for my new job, I'm practicing getting to the new job today, so, like, that's why I gotta leave a little early. Or it's not that I'm not having fun, I am enjoying this. Yeah, it's been, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm so glad that I make you people feel like it hasn't been that long. I just feel like I'm glad that it feels like that. Vic turned to his right and ran behind Selma. Marcus picked up on this and followed him, holding 2 fingers behind his back briefly. I need to haul ass to dig his line. I ran over to the left side, expecting the straight shot. And as predicted, he hit it right to me. The ball hit my shoulder and flew high right above me. Pass is off. Marcus ran to me, giving me a high bump set away from the net. Watch Vic, he's pulling off. I saw the hyena shuffling back, still facing sideways, which exposed that mistake. I caught Vic off guard, making him shank the pass out of bounds. Great call, Marcus. Thanks. We exchanged high fives, walking towards the center of the court. Score is 5-2. That's a side switch. We ducked under the net and traded sides. 15 minutes later. 35 points have passed and things are too close for comfort. We had the lead for most of the game. Swing line. Hell yeah! That was the 3rd consecutive point I got blocked. The crazy part is, my first 2 attempts were roll shots. Vic connected both in the midair and batted them down. Even with Marcus's calls, Vic was all over me. I've had people call me Alpha a few times, so that is perfectly fine. If you want to call me Alpha, I don't mind. 18-7, that's a side switch. I huffed to myself after handing the ball off to Vic. At this moment, he's the bane of my hitting existence. Once we finished switching sides, I turned to Marcus. How do I get around that block? I don't know. What you're doing seems fine. What am I supposed to do if they keep serving me? It's like I'm trapped. Try swiping. Me swipe? He's gonna shut me down through force. You blabbermouth's ready over there? Vic asked. He was on the net while someone was back to serve. I could already see the Greek house is bustling. Sure. Marcus slid one last comment to me. Trust me, it's worth a shot. At this point, I might as well try something new. Alright, 18 serving 17. Service. Selma aimed her serve at me. The wind may have died down, but there was some curves to the ball. I'm struggling to line myself up. I got it. Ah. Shoot, I didn't get under it. The pass is headed straight to the net. Marcus ran to the net and leaned right to set it. With some finesse, he managed to set me without touching the net. You're tight. It wasn't in the... Hold on. Sorry, everyone. 1 second. wasn't an amazing set, but it was enough for me to do something with it. Might as well try it now. Opened my left hand and pushed the ball into Vic's hand. So much resistance. My arm was at the point of giving out. I just need to swipe it right. The ball spun as I released it. It was no use. The ball only moved an inch before falling back to my side. Damn it. With less vocal effect, Vic rejoined in his block to Selma. You were close at least. I can't beat him. It's like I'm stuck in a box when I hit. Marcus had nothing else to say. We let the lull settle in and got back to pass. I'll take Seam again. Okay. With a slight sense of urgency, Selma announced the score and served. 19 serving 17. And of course, she's serving me again. Screw this. I set the ball back over the net, aiming for the right corner. Somehow it worked. The ball landed uncontested. You're dirty, Evan. Well, I was desperate. The group laughed for a second. Whose serve is it? I think it's Marcus's serve. Okay. He walked back to the service line and got a different ball. I'm counting on you, man. I can't do crap right now. Do you want this? I gave him some signals. No. This? Change your left. I moved my left arm pretending to adjust my signal. I kept it sealed as a fist. Yep. It was our little secret we did to sometimes throw off the other team. 18-19, service. With a two-step approach, Marcus floated the ball to Selma, who made easy work out of it. Alrighty, Zeph. Alright, Zeph. Call me then. Call me Alpha. With a two-step approach, Marcus floated the ball to Selma, who made easy work out of it. Set me outside. I'm on it. Vic raised his arm and set Selma near the pole. Wait, is Marcus blocking her again? But why? Marcus crouched ready to leap and block her, but once she jumped, Marcus turned and pulled out. Deep line! Deep line! Even Vic was fooled by Marcus' facade of a block. Someone lowered her hitting arm and poked the ball to his back corner. With the extra time required, Marcus ran back and scooped the shot, giving me plenty of time to come in and set. I'm here, set me straight up. I got under the descending ball and gave Marcus a hand set, straight up on the outside. He picked up acceleration, making a swift leap to attack the ball. Vic was right on his line. Angle! 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 I yelled, making sure to get through to him. Even with his massive block, Vic left a narrow gap for him, but it was closing fast. We need to swing there in order to beat it. Marcus got his hand over the ball and poked it down by some miracle. It crossed the net and landed short of Selma, who laid herself out in the sand. She belted out, sounding exasperated. She really wanted that one. Vic was bewildered. His lips made a line pointing downward as he swiveled his head slightly side to side. Hey, no biggie. It was a good play. He helped Selma up as their visible frustration went away. That was amazing. I gave Marcus a solid high five. He grinned. And thanks for the set. He picked up the ball that was rolled back to him and carried on. I got ready for the next serve, facing the recovering Selma and Vic. After brushing some sand off, the two were immediately ready to resume tunnel vision locked on Marcus. 19-19, service. A pair of footsteps sounded behind me as he made his approach. The ball flew over my head, coming in with more arc than I expected. Is he serving them short? This late in the game? It's a pretty conservative move to make. But as the ball crossed the net, the ball made a sharp drop, throwing off Selma, the intended target. She made contact with it, but sent it straight into the net, leaving Vic responsible to scoop it out. Damn! He swung his arms under the net, but could only send the ball a foot higher back to Selma. She responded with a really high free ball back over the net. I go. You can have it, man. I don't want to go up against Vic again. I peeled off from passing dudes and went to the net. Marcus gave me a perfect pass aimed right on top of me. You got the option. I gasped and shot. He's right. Vic isn't ready to block yet. I leaped up and took a swing. The ball hit the tape of the net and bounced. Please go over. Oh, thank goodness. The ball rolled over and landed on the right side of the court, vacant of any defenders. Nice spot. Dude, that shouldn't have gone over. I was so late on my swing. It worked, at least. True. Marcus picked the ball up. Oh, okay, Robert. Thank you. You have a good day, too. Marcus picked the ball up. Need that pass any higher next time? Nah, that was my fault. Alright. We high-fived and Marcus went back to serve for the match point. Although not as angry this time, Sam and Vic seemed even more so than on Marcus. They were gonna let him do that to them again. I gave Marcus a set of signals. This? Yep. Okay. Match point, serving 19. Service. The ambience took over. All four of us were silent as Marcus presumably started his service. He's taking longer than usual to release his serve. The ball zipped over my head and down Selma's sideline. She leaned to cut it off but was too late as the ball landed in front of her and tagged the sideline. Did Marcus just jump serve? When did he learn how to do that? Nevertheless, I turned around and applauded him. Nice serve, Marcus. What was that? A jump serve. You've never done that before. When did you start trying? A few months ago. It was beautiful to look at. Thanks. He rubbed the back of his neck, smiling. Alright. They won. I'm gonna stop here. I have to stop here. I thought you gotta get ready to go. I'm about to stop here. We've been over for over 2 hours, so I think we're good. Alright. Let me give some quick feelings on how I feel about the VN. Really like the VN. Positives. Really good slice of life. Good slice of life. I think we're getting a good amount of understanding what the characters are like. The only one I'm not really sure about is Kenny. He seems very, I mean, maybe that's intentional. So good slice of life vibe. I feel like the pace is not too, I feel like the pace is perfect. It's not, right now it's not too slow, but it's not too fast. The volleyball is explained in a well enough manner you can kind of understand what's happening without it dragging. One of my issues when I play Tennis Ace, I felt like as much as I love playing Tennis Ace, and ironically it is called Tennis Ace, I think one of the biggest issues with Tennis Ace was that there was times when the tennis really dragged. Like, it was like, oh yeah, if you don't understand tennis, you're not understand what's going on. So, good job, Dirk. I think you did a fantastic job of having people keep up with what's going on with the writing. I'm trying to think of negatives. This is the first build, so it's really hard for me to think of a negative. Slight negative, I think certain music doesn't really belong in certain places. I think the music for the actual volleyball scenes is perfect, but some of the funny lines have some really weird music that doesn't seem like it quite belongs. No comment about the art, because like I said, I'm not going to talk about the art, because you were doing the best you can. And I think the art is good enough to get what you're trying to portray. So, really, yeah, I don't really have much. The only thing I would say... I'm trying to think, being honest. I think the English is okay. I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's bad either. I think it's enough to get the job across. So maybe work on using some slightly fancier words. Really, I don't really have any complaints about this. I mean, I think it's good for what it's doing. If it's slice of life, I think it's good. I do think I really have no issues. And it's not me just saying that. Like, the most I would say is maybe fix some music in some places. The background, you already said you got rid of for character portraits, which, that's fine. Keep at it, though. I don't really feel like I can really rate it right now until I play more of it. So maybe I'll finish playing the rest of it before I judge it. But, yeah, I like what I've seen so far. The opening opens right into another day of the MC's life, and I think that's fine. I think that works perfectly well. So keep up the good work. I like what I see, and definitely want to see more. If you would like to help Dirk out with making this VN, there is down below there. He does have a Patreon. You can help subscribe to that. You only have to pay you can only give him $1 a month. It goes up from $1 a month up to, I believe, $25 a month. You can help donate and download the VM for yourself. Give it a try. I will be playing this later this week. If not, definitely early next week. I will finish streaming the rest of this and give my full coherent views on this, because right now I can't really give a full coherent view, but I like what I see. Do I think it's the best Viet I've ever played? No, not the best Viet I've ever played. But I do think it's good. I think it's an average. I think it's slightly above average. Right now, what I played, I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10, which is right leading on the cusp of good. It's a little better than average. And that's not saying anything about the creator or the story. It's just, in general, what I've played, I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. But that could change when I finish playing the rest of it. But keep up the good work, Dirk. It's nice to see you. I hope I see you again. I did save. And, yeah, that's been it. If you like what you see, feel free to comment, like, and or subscribe. And don't forget to share this with your friends if you think they would enjoy it. With that being said, though, this has been Fallenwolf. Ow! And I'll see everyone next time. Take care of yourselves, and I love each and every one of you. Mwah. Bye.